Hey, Coach Colin Castello with Shot Mechanics Basketball, and welcome to another edition of NBA Shooting Secrets. This time we've got rookie Brandon Ingram. Now, I really like Brandon Ingram's game, and he's got a silky smooth outside jumper, especially for somebody being so tall. So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about a few of the mechanics that make his jump shot natural and comfortable to him, and see if maybe you can add those mechanics into your jump shot and see if it can help you out. So let's jump right into it.
So probably the first thing you notice about Brandon Ingram's jumper is his lower than average set point. Now most NBA players have a higher set point somewhere around their forehead, but you'll notice that Brandon Ingram's is somewhere kind of around his eye or the bridge of his nose. This just goes to show that not everyone's the exact same, and your set point might vary from player to player. Now because his set point's a little lower than average, you'll notice he has to move the ball off to the side of his head just slightly. Most players keep the ball in front of their forehead, but because his arms are so long, it allows him to keep everything in alignment and still have that set point. So what you should try doing is experiment with your set point and see what works best for you. You might like it best at the bridge of your nose, at your eye, or at your forehead. And depending on where it's at, you might have to move the ball around just a little bit. Remember, the key with the set point is we're looking for alignment. So no matter what you choose, just make sure that it's aligned with your shooting shoulder, elbow, and hip when you release the ball. If you can do that, your shot's gonna come out straighter, and thus you're probably gonna hit more shots. And from that, it leads right into Brandon Ingram's hip alignment. Now, hip alignment is basically just the idea of tilting your feet just slightly so that your shooting hip is facing towards the basket. By doing this, Brandon Ingram releases a ton of tension in his upper body, and it makes it so he can easily get his elbow underneath the ball, keeping it straight. You also notice that a lot of times if Brandon Ingram starts more squared with his feet, sometimes he'll use a mid-air turn to make sure he gets that hip alignment, landing tilted even if he took off squared. A lot of times this mid-air turn works really well if you're pulling up going to your dominant hand side. So if you're a right-handed shooter and you're pulling up off the dribble going to your right, that can help. Now you gotta keep in mind that every player is gonna be different. Some players are gonna like a big turn, some players are gonna like a small turn, but the most important thing is making sure that you're getting that comfortable hip alignment so you're unlocking the tension in your shoulders. Because remember, a lot of times what you do at the start of the jump shot will affect what happens at the end of the jump shot. So just make sure your hips align, and that should help you out a ton. And now let's talk about his mini thumb flick. Now a lot of times you'll hear that a thumb flick is bad, but it's really only bad if it's affecting the flight of the ball negatively. And in fact, a lot of really good shooters have this little mini thumb flick, including guys like Stephen Curry. So check out as he releases the ball, his guide hand thumb is gonna flex forward and almost finish on the palm of his guide hand. Now this is a habit that some shooters develop when they need a little bit extra power. And it's not a big deal, and you don't need to take it out of your jump shot unless it's causing you to miss left and right quite a bit. If you do have the tendency to miss side to side quite a bit, then this is something that I would definitely check on and see if you're having too big of a thumb flick, because that could definitely be an issue. But like always, it's about finding what works best for you and then perfecting it.
All right, if this video helped you out, go ahead and hit that like button down below, and then in the comment section down below that, and let me know what sort of video you want to see next. This is a channel for the people, by the people, and I run pretty much everything out for requests, so leave it down below, and hopefully we get to it. And if you're new to Shot Mechanics, you're gonna want to do two things. Number one, click that subscription button down below, because we put out videos every week, and they're all gonna get you better, I guarantee it. The second thing you're gonna want to do is click the button above, or the link in the description, get a free copy of my #1 scoring workout. This is a scoring workout that's probably gonna change the way you think about your training, and it can increase your scoring average the very first time you use it. That's how powerful it is. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castello with Shot Mechanics Basketball. Thanks for watching, and until next time, splash on.